I want to take you to that moment when Simon found Jesus perched in his boat. Simon Peter was exhausted. He had cast the heavy nets weighted with stones all night long. I imagine that all he wanted to do was to go home and put the long night behind him. But Jesus asked him to do something he didn't want to do. In Luke chapter 5, verses 4 through 5, it says, "When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, 'Put out into deep water and let down the nets for a catch.' Simon answered, 'Master, we've worked hard all night and we haven't caught anything. But because you say so, I will let down the nets.' It doesn't say that he had caught a few fish or less than his quota. There was nothing to show for his efforts. Yet Jesus remained perched in Simon's boat, expectant, waiting for an answer. Simon's answer was, 'But if you say so.' With these words, Simon reveals his inner conflict. I don't get it. I don't think anything is going to happen. But there you are, perched in my boat, and it doesn't look like you're going anywhere soon. So because you are the one asking, I say yes." We know the end of this story. Simon cast the heavy nets one more time, and so many fish scrambled into the nets that it nearly capsized his boat and that of his partners. This is a beautiful story. But Simon didn't know the ending to this story when he pushed into the deep. And maybe today you feel Jesus perched in your boat, in your marriage, or in a relationship with a family member, with a dream, or in a hard place that you've been in for what seems like forever. Can we just be honest? It's challenging when we feel the Lord asking us to do something one more time, when we've been throwing out our nets and have little to show for it. Jesus knew that Simon Peter was discouraged. And can I tell you something? He knows when you and I are discouraged as well. But he saw what Simon Peter couldn't, and he sees what you and I cannot see either. Jesus was looking under the waterline. Now let's go back to that verse in Luke chapter 5. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into the deep water and let down your nets for a catch." Jesus could have performed this same miracle in the shallow. He could have asked Simon to place his nets on the shore and command the fish to swim into the nets, and that would have been an amazing miracle. It also would have been far easier for Simon. But that wasn't the invitation. The invitation was to push into the deep. He was asking Simon to trust him. He was asking him to join in a partnership. Listen, Simon, you step into the deep, and I'll step towards you. You're not in this alone. And those same words are for us. If we know that it's God asking us to do something one more time, then this is our come with me invitation. We are to whisper yes where no wants to take root. But if you say so, Lord, I don't totally see it and I don't totally understand, but I trust you. When we push out into the deep, even when we're unsure, we're trusting his sovereignty in our lives. Simon Peter discovered a miracle that didn't have a lot to do with a heap of fish. He discovered the awe of walking with Jesus in the deep. Do you sense Jesus perched in your boat? Listen, he sees what's under the waterline, waiting just for you.